God has provided every one of you with gifts. And if you look deep down inside of yourself, deep enough, you can find those gifts if you'll just look and you'll just listen. Somebody say, look and listen. But sometimes it takes a while. Come on, those of us that are a little bit older, come on, how many of you know it takes a while sometimes to figure that out? It doesn't just come to you instantly. I've got a son who's 18 years old, and it's the grace of God that he's already figured out that he's a communicator. But I'll tell you why, because ever since he was a little boy, this is what I prayed over all my kids. I pray that my kids are not good at anything but what you called them to. So guess what? Everything he tries that he's not called to do, he's just not very good at it, right? But he's good at this communicating, and that's why Gateway Church has my son on the teaching team. Because he's a great communicator, and guess what? He's going to be 18 years old in a month. Praise God. But not everybody gets it that quick, do they? It takes a while sometimes. So what you got to do is, many of you are in here, other people have attached their need to you. And so what happens is that it's taken so long for you to figure out what God's called you to do because of what everyone else has given to you. What everyone else has said you are or spoken over your life. And I'm not saying that's all bad, but you got to be careful that you don't listen to what someone says over you and you don't go and ask God what He says over you. Because what God says over you may not match what someone else says over you. And if you just accept what someone else says over you and not what God says over you, you may completely miss the destiny God had intended for you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So other people have attached things to you, their need, and you have morphed yourself and you have changed yourself and you have disfigured yourself to respond to their needs and their circumstances. That's why it's taken you so long to figure things out. And once you pull off all those stickers and labels that people place on you, and all the buttons and pins, and all the awards and accolades that everyone puts on you, all the guilt trips that you've had to go through, and all the assignments everyone has put on you, and they've taken and placed on your life and spoken over your life. Once you strip all of those things down, and you get to the core of who am I, apart from applause, apart from approval, who has God called me to be? If I could get to the core of what God has placed inside of me, the calling God has placed on my life.